Teacher knowledge and behavior is the component of the model that focuses on teachers' knowledge of students and content and on their expertise in classroom management and pedagogy. Teacher behavior is the element of teacher knowledge and behavior that encompasses classroom management and pedagogy. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. The students in this 5th grade class are beginning a unit on William Shakespeare. The activities are based on a web quest created by the teacher. The teacher's management of a daily preview session demonstrates content management, a component of classroom management. She has the students briefly discuss the plot and language of a scene from Romeo and Juliet. The instructor avoids satiation and maintains group focus by involving the students in an activity that promotes inquisitiveness and excitement. And she incorporates high-level questioning to engage the students.
Okay, so what's going on? Alex.
Right at the end there, Juliet finds out that Romeo is there because he yells out or something.
And could you exactly understand the words that he said and what they meant? No, but you could kind of tell what was going on, right? Because you could see their faces and you could kind of see where they were at in relationship to each other. So where were they? Where did this scene take place? Cameron.
Castle.
Kind of a castle. Is it inside or outside?
Outside.
Outside, right? Kind of on a balcony. Do they hate each other? Or are they friends? Or what do you think, Brooke?
They like each other.
They like each other. Do they just like each other? No. How do they feel about each other, Taylor?
They love each other.
They love each other, exactly. And you didn't actually hear them say, you didn't actually hear Romeo say, "Oh, Juliet, I love you," but you knew that he was in love with her. How did you know that? Beth?
Because he was spying on her.
He was spying on her. How else did you know, Jared?
Because he was talking all that mushy talk.
He was talking mushy talk. You could just tell by the way that he said his words that he was saying them softly and very intensely, and probably that he was in love with her. So good job. So you may not understand exactly what they're saying, but when you actually see it, you can kind of get the big picture, the big idea, right?
The students will work with a partner to research the life and works of William Shakespeare. Before the students start working, the teacher has the students review some guidelines for cooperative work. The teacher displays content management, an element of classroom management, in her management of the degree of accountability. The teacher creates a feeling that each partner is responsible for what happens during partner work. The students show an awareness of how they should work together to complete their task.
Okay, we're going to head into the computer lab, but before we go, I want to tell you your partners, because for this first activity, we're going to work with someone else in this class. So tell me something that I should see from you if you're working with a partner. Something that I should see. Kyle.
Partnership.
Partnership. What do you mean by that, though?
Helping your partner.
Helping your partner. Should I see a lot of arguing? No. You can debate and you can discuss, but I shouldn't see a lot of arguing or a lot of, you did this wrong or you should be doing this, but instead maybe talk about how you can work on things together. Okay, Justin, something else.
Kind of like whisper.
Whisper. We want to make sure that we're talking, though, today, right? You want to talk a lot with your partner to make sure that they know what you're thinking and you know what they're thinking. Good ideas.
The teacher uses a variety of curricular resources ranging from traditional print literature to electronic texts that can enrich the students' learning experience. The teacher has carefully selected specific websites the students can access through the web quest. The students locate the information they need in the World Wide Web and copy and paste it into an AppleWorks document. The teacher demonstrates an element of pedagogy by selecting, adapting, and creating instructional resources that support student learning.
This says websites to use to gather information. So all these things underneath here are all websites, and these are the names of the websites. And these are what are called hot links. So if you put your mouse over them, you get the hand, which means you can click on it, and it'll take you directly to that website. Now don't do that yet. We'll do that in just a few minutes. Down below it says books to use to gather information. And we have The Young Person's Guide to Shakespeare, which is right here, and The World of Shakespeare, which is this black book up here. And then the New Book of Knowledge, those are the encyclopedias that Mrs. Reinhardt has in her classroom. So we can use those too. So you can use the websites or these books to gather information. Say that this paragraph right here, this information, answered one of my questions, and this is what I wanted. I wanted to copy and paste this so that I could print it out later. I'm going to put my cursor right up here next to William. You see where it's at right there? Right next to William. And I'm going to click on it, and then it highlights my text. See how it changed color? It highlighted my text. Then I'm going to let up on my mouse, go to Edit, and Copy. And what that's doing is it's making a copy of all those words or of that paragraph so that I can paste it into something else or some other place. Now this is the part I want you to do with me. Go up to your Apple, right up here in the corner.
Even if we're not.
Yep, go ahead and go up to your Apple.
Click on it.
Yep, click on it. And then drag down to where it says Recent Applications. And there's an arrow there.
The students have to come up with a set of factual and inferential questions about William Shakespeare and his works. These questions are designed to help the students focus their search for information on the internet. The teacher's management of group in-class work demonstrates content management, part of classroom management. She circulates among the students, helping them when necessary and providing them with useful feedback.
Okay, sure. Okay, make sure you start though by listing the questions. What questions are you going to answer first?
When was Shakespeare born?
Okay, so why don't you make a list of those right here on the back.
Okay.
And then you can kind of fit them in after you know exactly what you're going to do. How are you two doing? Good. Do you have your list of questions figured out?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, let's start with that. And you just flip this over. Now you can use the questions up there that other people are coming up with, or you can come up with your own too. It's up to you. Okay? So let's come up with the 6 factual questions, because those are kind of the easier ones. You think? Yeah. And then we can do the 4 inferential questions. And then you'll know exactly what it is that you're looking for when you go to the websites. Okay? So why don't you two talk about that and see what you can come up with.
What do you do?
The teacher introduces her students to the rubrics that she will use to assess their work. The students will have access to the rubric so they can evaluate their own work as they progress through each activity. The teacher demonstrates an element of pedagogy by using assessment to empower and motivate the students.
So basically, if you scroll down, you will see a list of rubrics. Now you can look at these anytime you want, and what these show is what I'm going to be looking for, what I'm going to be grading your assignments. You can see what I'm going to be looking for, because you're going to have a chance to get up to 4 points on each thing that I'm looking at. So why don't you go ahead and click on Shakespeare Report rubric, and I'll explain a little bit better what I mean. Okay, eyes up here. You can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 main things that I'm going to be looking for in your report. And if you want to get 1 point on students use pre-writing skills or their outline properly, all you have to do is include a few main ideas and very little details. That's all you have to do. But if you want to get all 4 points, then it says students included all main ideas and all details. Now what do you think? Do you want to get 1 point or 4 points? 4 points, exactly. And like I said, for every single activity, there's a rubric that's already there, that already has all the information filled in. So you can see what it is I'm going to be looking for and what you should include. Okay, does that sound fair? Yeah. Because then you'll know what it is that you're going to be graded on. There won't be anything to guess about or to be unsure about. Okay, Mackenzie.
Over a 6-week period, the students have been researching Shakespeare and his works. The students have used their new understanding to write plays based on Shakespeare's writing style. At the end of the unit, the students perform their plays in front of family and community members. The teacher demonstrates an element of pedagogy by encouraging a meaningful application of knowledge. This ensures a high level of student engagement in the learning activities. The teacher integrates family outreach, part of pedagogy, into her unit. She addresses the parents and family members that have come to see the students perform their plays. The teacher describes what the students have learned through this unit, as well as all of the hard work and time they have put into writing and performing their plays.
I just want to thank the students for being so open to taking so many risks. Like I said, this is completely new to them. Had you guys heard of similes or alliterations or sonnets or anything like that before? No. Okay, and they not only learned about them, they learned them well enough to include them in context, which is just awesome. That is the highest level of learning you can get. It's to not only understand it and be able to give a definition of it, but to include it in a place where it actually makes sense in real life. A few funny stories for the parents. Proposing is a new thing for 5th graders. Alex. But he was great because I said, Alex, what are you doing? That's not how you propose to a girl. And he kind of looked at me and he said, well, I've never done it before. I don't know how to do this. So we talked about how to do it. He got down on one knee. He held her hand, which touching is a very tricky thing in 5th grade. And he did an awesome job.